my people, you're welcome in our final part of how I left my cheating boyfriend. Thank you for watching, subscribing, liking, and commenting. Let's go into it. You know, guys, as I told you in part 3, this guy never stopped cheating, never stopped playing around. But he was just only doing it in a smart way. But trust me, you can never be smarter than God. God has the best time. So it was this one day I was slopping down to the shops to buy something and actually got to his place that I met one lady. Actually, maybe she was waiting for me because she was sitting like close to the road on a veranda. And when I was passing, she saw me, and I think somebody told her about me, and somebody showed her me because she was so direct. Excuse me. I was like, okay, hi, how are you? She went on to ask me if I'm Hamza's girlfriend, and I was like, yes. Okay, do you know him? She was like, yeah, I know him. And I was like, okay, nice to meet you. She didn't let me to move. She went on to ask me, are you aware that he has a girlfriend? I was like, no, I'm not. She went on to tell me that she was the girlfriend and how she has been following me for some time, and trust me, she even knew where I stay. Oh God. I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't know about that, but I'm going to try to talk to him and I'll see what he will have to tell me, because he did not tell me, and I'm sorry if I hurt you in any way. The lady was like, no, it's okay, it's not your problem, I'll try to fix it. I was like, okay, bye. I sloped, went to the shop, bought what I wanted, and continued with my program because I had to go to his place. I went to his place. I stayed there for 1 hour. Another lady came, knocked on the door. I opened and I saw her standing. My heart scared me. For sure, my ghost left my body for a second. So, she asked me actually if Hamza was around. I was like, no, he's at work. But you can wait for him because he's about to come back. That time it was around 7. And she was like, no, I'll get back. And I was like, who, can I know who you are? She was like, no, you don't need to worry. He will tell you. So guys, at around 8:30, Hamza came back home and he entered. I was like, hi, how are you? He asked me how my day was. I was like, he was okay. I wanted him to first settle so that I can let him know what really aspired during that time. No one let me to tell him what happened. Guess what? In that same time, and a person knocked on the door, and he went to open for this person whom I didn't know at that time. So he opened and I heard him talking to a lady, and the lady was asking him to give her way to enter in the house. So he didn't want maybe to struggle there with her. Maybe the neighbors could have heard them. So the lady entered and she sat. I was also there in the sofas playing game. And they were like, hi, hi. Then the lady went on to ask him, how do we call her? Guys, trust me, I saw fear into this guy's eyes. The heart was pumping and like he wasn't getting it all. And to take you back, I had never seen this lady, even if she was not among the two ladies I met during the time. Not the first one who stopped me on the way, not the second one who came on the door. This one was a different one. The lady was like, who is she? Then he went on to tell her, she is my girlfriend. Who did this just, I don't know, it just wasn't the situation. The lady was like, are you okay? Are you crazy? How can you even open up your money box and you start telling me that she is your girlfriend? You have been coming to my place, taking my money, sleeping over, lying to me how you have someone at your place, your relative. Trust me, guys, that time I had nothing to say. I was just looking at the lady. She was so mad and I could understand her anger, where it was coming from. I could. A good thing, guys, this lady never said anything to me. She was only talking to the guy, shouting as much as she could and blaming him for everything and telling him everything that he has been doing in those 3 months that we were dating. Can you imagine 3 months and you're lying to these people? You're not telling anybody the truth. Not me, the one you pretend to love. Not them you pretend to leave. You're not leaving anybody and you keep on lying. That thing really hurts. And you know what? As we were there, somebody knocked on the door. It was me this time to open because they were having some argument. I opened and it was this first lady I met during the time. Wow, wow, wow. It got amazing. Okay, I opened and she entered. Now we are how many in the room? 4 of us. And okay, the guy got so confused. I think he thought I'm the one who told these ladies to come. I don't know. Also, in a few minutes, in around like 20 minutes, the other lady who came in the evening and she told me that the guy would inform me who she is, also knocked. How many are we inside the room now? The guy looked so angry. He didn't have what to say. He kept quiet, but the ladies shouted, ladies insulted him. I was just so silent, feeling so small. And afterwards, I was like, ladies, I'm sorry to talk to you in this way. I know how you feel, but it doesn't make any sense. Even if we fight, even if we shout, nothing will change. It's him. He knows what he wants. Then they asked him, now on all of us, whom do you love? You know what he did? He pointed at me that he loves me. And this made all those ladies so mad. They went on to insult him, and I was like, ladies, we are just shaming ourselves. We got to keep our respect. They warned him and they all got out. Okay? We remained inside the house, me and him. Guys, when they left, in my heart, I was like, let me be stupid and let him be wise. So I had prepared food and I told him, honey, can you please go take shower so that we can eat? I would like to go back home. And he went on to ask me not to go because he thought if I was to leave, I was never going to return to him just because of what had happened. And trust me, I didn't want to argue. I didn't want to put any situation. I was just like, okay, cool, go and take shower. So he went, took shower, came back. I served food. Even I told him, let me be the first one to test on this food. Maybe you may think I have poisoned you. So I tested on the food, on the juice, and I sat to eat my own food. So he wasn't getting the whole reaction of mine, and he called me. He was like, can you please come and sit close to me? Which I did. I didn't refuse. I went close to him and he asked me a question. How did God create you? I actually told him that I had no reason to fight or argue with him because we are all human and we do mistakes, and hopefully he has learned from this mistake and he will never do it again. The guy stared at me. He looked at me like he was so surprised. Maybe he had never met someone of my kind. But with me, I just chose to be silent, to let him be the smart one. We were done with food. We were there in the seats, and time came to sleep. We slept. Man, you will never stop to amuse me. You know what happened next? He went to his workplace, spoke to his friends, told them what really happened. And you know what the friends told him? That I was so desperate for marriage. If not that, I had never met with a guy with the things he has. So I was desperate to stay in these things. So which they advised him that it wasn't okay to stay with me because ladies like me, we are so difficult. We have strong hearts. We are not easy to manage, that we can easily do anything to a man. Stupidly, sorry to say that, he came back and told me the same things. And I was like, okay, so wisely you had to listen to your friends, forgetting in the next 2 weeks I had to travel out of the country. So how could I be desperate for marriage? I was like, oh God, are you even serious? What he did, he packed my clothes. I had like 4 clothes at his place. He packed them, put them there for me, and I did not argue. I did not shout. I was just like, thank you, honey. You have helped me. It would have been hard for me to look for these clothes. Thank you for the time you have been with me, the care you have given me, and the support. I left his home. I didn't return. I did not look back. And after some 2 months, he got to know that one guy was vibing me. And he came back. You know, they never want to see you happy. They never want to see you sad, yearning for them to come back in your life. I didn't allow that to happen. I moved on. He came back to me asking me to go back to him, how I taught him how to love, how to respect, but all that could not make sense to me. I told him, I hate you. I moved on. I don't need you. Just go out of my life. Stay away from me. And he said he will never go out of my life. He will forever be in my life. That's what he told me. I was like, it's okay. It's none of my business. He knelt down on our gate. I pushed him away. And after I traveled, he kept on going to our place, asking about me. He wanted to talk to me. And finally, they gave him my number. He asked me if I truly hate him, I don't want him anymore in my life. I was like, yeah, move on. I don't need you anymore. And that's how the story ended. Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing.